Today, I finally have the replacement supercharger auxiliary cooler for the Jailbreak Hellcat Magnum, and that means I can finally fill the supercharger cooling system up with coolant and bleed it, which means we can finally do some pulls in the Jailbreak Hellcat Magnum. Before I can go and install that cooler, I need to insert these rib nuts into the frame rail. And Dodge makes it very difficult to figure out which ones that you need, and I finally found the correct ones that go in there. Only the Hellcats have rib nuts in these locations, and all of the new frame rails don't come with these pre-installed because their frame rail is for every Charger out there and Challenger. So you have to figure out which rib nuts you need, and that is something that takes a lot of time to figure out. The reason why these are so special, as you can see, it isn't just a round hole, it's a hex. Since these have a hex, you can pretty much not use a tool and just use a bolt to crush it down. And I just recommend crushing them down before you go and install the bracket. Or at least getting some crush started. Now that those are crushed down, all you have to do is pop this pre-bracket on. There it is. There we go. Nice and clean and new. These things are a lifesaver. Wow, that's way faster than put it in there with the... did I put that hose on? Okay, now that I have some coolant in the overflow, I'm going to do a little trick right here, and this is the only way you can bleed this supercharger cooling system. So I'm pretty sure the factory service manual doesn't tell you to do this, but this is the only way you can get this pump to bleed. Dodge should put a bleeder screw right here. It's too late now. Cannot get this pump to bleed without doing this. You'll be able to hear this. Watch this. Listen, listen. You have to make sure all the air comes out of the pump. And that's it. If you don't do that, the pump will never bleed. Now that you have this whole system right here bled, the cooler right here, the pump, all these lines, the supercharger, the main supercharger heat exchanger, the front is bled. The only way you can get the supercharger to bleed is if you do this. So if you're having weird intake air temps and it doesn't seem like your supercharger cooler is working and you get this weird like whining sound, it almost sounds like something's turning on and then turning off and then turning on and turning off. It's because the pump is cycling, but there's air in it and it can't get that air out because it's a pulse width modulated pump. So if it sees that it's not working, it just goes into a fault mode. So it thinks that there's no coolant in it. Instead, it should just be pumping to be able to get that air pocket, because this whole thing right here is a huge air pocket. And this air pocket then transfers into this main heat exchanger. And if you try to bleed the supercharger cooling system up here, because there's two bricks, cooling bricks in the supercharger, it will not bleed. See how far it went down. We were up here, and now it's down there. That's how much coolant fills that pump and all those lines. The first drive went really well with the Jailbreak Hellcat Magnum. Driving it around with no windshield in it though is kind of sketchy, because after you get over like 50 miles an hour, there's so much wind hitting your face, it's hard to breathe in. But runs, drives, coolant's bled, no leaks so far. Just looked under there. It's been sitting there for 2 hours and we don't have any transmission fluid leaks, no coolant leaks, no oil leaks, no differential leaks, etc. So nice, ready to go. The only thing is the rear tires are so skinny, it will literally light them up anytime you punch the gas, which is kind of cool, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, I need some wide body wheels on the rear. These front tires aren't the best. So I did notice I forget which side it is, but one of the tires in the front is going low, and there's actually a plug on the sidewall of the tires. So Both front tires need to be replaced, and we need 2 wheels and tires in the rear. But besides that, all that's left, I need to get the headliner wrapped in the next video. I need to get it in the car, then we can put the windshield in, and then I can put all the cowl and the windshield wipers on, and it's pretty close in the front. We have all of the core support, the hood, now all of the air guides are on the car, which is nice. And the great thing is all these air guides, most people don't put all of these on, and they funnel air into the coolers. So these ones are really important for the radiator. And then there is also an under tray that goes under here. So if you don't have all that stuff bolted in, most of the time people don't put these air guides in, because I don't have those on the red Hellcat Magnum. I do have the ducts for the coolers on the sides. So we have the auxiliary coolant cooler and the oil cooler. But what ends up happening is as air comes and hits this radiator, it wants to go to the path of least resistance. So if it's hitting here and there's nothing below it to funnel air into the coolers, it's just going to go under the car. Same thing with the radiator on the sides. If there's nothing here, it's going to want to go around the radiator. Above the radiator, as you can see, we have all of the stuff around it to make sure that air is going through the radiators and the coolers. That's really important on Hellcats because they rely on cooling on every cooler so much that if you have air going around the coolers, that's why you see a lot of Hellcats when they're doing burnouts for a really long time. It's because they're not sitting there and they're not moving, so air isn't going through the coolers. The fan does pull air, but you know, the radiator is so undersized for these cars that it really can't keep up. So then it ends up overheating, and most of the time people blow head gaskets. But the great thing is, as you can see, all the coolant is nice and full. I ended up using about 3 gallons of coolant to fill this up, plus the coolant that I was able to save when I pulled the engine. So, you know, I didn't save all of it because some of it obviously went on the ground, but I did save about, I'd say about 2 gallons. Bled it up there, I bled it down there, we are good to go. And I can't wait. I need to put the headlights. We need to also get the fenders, the fender liners and all that stuff. But I'll have to do a video on converting the fenders because I'm sure a lot of people will want to see that. Then we'll have the fenders on, front bumper, windshield, headliner. Everything will be wired. I'll start putting all the interior as well as the seat belts in. So much wind. Much wind. It would be nice to not have to worry about all this shit blowing around. super excited that I was able to do the first drive in the Jailbreak Hellcat Magnum. I'm gonna end the video here. If you like these videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up, throw a comment below, share it with a friend, and as always, see you guys next time.